everybody, I'm Katie.
I'm James.
And this is our Pride and Joy
Snots.
And welcome to our new YouTube channel, What We Find Fun.
Alright, so basically I'm just going to kind of tell you a little bit about why we decided to start this channel up. As most everyone knows, there's a pandemic going on and we haven't been doing much stuff outside of the house. We've been kind of sitting in and not really going a lot of places. While I was at work one day, one of my coworker friends had actually told me that she had went to something called the Taste of Knots and that she watches some YouTube videos about it, and I had never really watched many YouTube videos, and so I went home that night and started watching them, and they were really fun. It was really neat, and Katie had actually told me that she had actually watched some Disney ones before, and from that we started watching a whole bunch of the Knots videos and Disney videos of a lot of the different vloggers that go and kind of just show what they eat and all the things that they do. And we thought that would be kind of fun. It would be something to get us kind of out, having us maybe like doing more date nights, going out and doing more stuff like that. And we thought it'd be fun to kind of bring everybody else along with it. As far as I go, what I might be able to bring to the channel, I like to play poker and do some of the casino stuff. I have a friend that comes into town 3 to 4 times a year and stays for a little over a week usually. And we usually do lots of fun casino stuff. We go to lots of restaurants, we order room service and do different things, and thought it might be fun maybe to do some reviews and things of that. I actually have a Jeep Wrangler and Katie has one also. And we thought it'd be nice to maybe do some videos of going out, taking the Jeep off-roading, or if we do new things to the Jeep, that would be something some people might find fun or interesting also. And Katie's got a lot of things that she does too.
So after moving to Las Vegas, I realized how close we were to California, and I got a season pass to Disneyland. I go to Disneyland pre-pandemic about once a month. I love to go on the rides, eat all the food, and have fun with my friends there. Another friend also took me to Knott's Berry Farm last year, and so I started getting to go there. We had not gotten to go very many times before the pandemic hit us, so we are really hoping that we get to explore those two places together a lot more.
Yeah.
Once we start to open back up again. I love to go to places like the beach in California, as well as Utah and some other camping and hiking places. So that's something else that I may bring to our channel. So James and I actually met in 1997. I was in 7th grade and he was a senior in high school. We met through our best friends and we were really great friends for a while. And our friendship grew into a relationship. We've now been married for 13 years.
You've been putting up with me that long. Wow.
So we've been married for 13 years and we've lived a couple different places since we've been married, as well as while we were dating.
Yeah. Well, I'll start kind of a little bit about myself and my history. I was actually raised and brought up by my grandparents. They actually took me home from the hospital. I was born in Hammond, Indiana, and my grandfather worked on the railroad and got transferred to Tennessee when I was between 4 and 5 years old. And so I basically grew up in Tennessee, a little town called Greenbrier, and went there and went to school there. And one of my best friends from school had his father transferred to Ohio, and I stayed friends with him, and that's kind of how I met Katie. Was his sister was friends with Katie, and he and I were friends, and I stayed friends, and that's kind of a gist of how we ended up coming together. But I grew up in Tennessee, and then once Katie and I started to seriously talk, I actually moved to Ohio, and I had just finished college. I got my bachelor's from ITT Tech, and so I moved to Ohio and got a job and was doing that, and it was just too cold for me. And I'd started playing poker some at that time and really found an interest in it. And Katie and I had talked about moving to Vegas straight from Ohio, but she was fresh out of college, and it was a big move. And so we had both decided we wanted to go somewhere warmer. And so we decided to go back to Tennessee for a little while, spend some time with my grandparents. They're getting up in age, so we wanted to spend time with them. And so we lived back in Tennessee. And while we were there, we did that. And about 5 years went by, and I wanted to move to Vegas a little more to try to pursue poker a little bit more of a more serious hobby. And we found out that Katie's allergic to pretty much every grass known to man. So she used to have to get allergy shots in Tennessee 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, 3 times.
And it was just a little too overbearing. And we'd come out here to visit. We had really close friends of ours got married out here, and we were lucky enough to come out and see that. And so we made multiple trips after that and just decided to move. And we moved out to here, and we've been here for about 9 years. And that's kind of how we got here for me. Katie, you want to tell her
Yeah,
a little
so
bit?
I grew up in northeastern Ohio, and I lived there my whole life. I graduated from college in Ohio with a bachelor's in teaching. And the day after graduation, I actually loaded the car and we moved to Tennessee like straight after graduation. So in Tennessee, I got my first teaching job in middle school. And as much as I loved it, I realized that I wanted to work with younger students. So I taught for 6 years in elementary school in Tennessee. But yeah, like James said, we definitely had a lot of problems in Tennessee because of my allergies. I was allergic to every tree, every grass, horses. So, I mean, if you think about Tennessee, that pretty much, is a lot of things that are there. I got my master's while I was living in Tennessee as well. And so shortly after that, we decided that we were going to move to Las Vegas. We had to do a lot of planning. It was scary moving the U-Haul here the first time. We drove the whole way from Tennessee to Las Vegas, and we did not have to put the car in reverse once because we were towing, or the U-Haul truck in reverse once because we were towing a car behind it.
Yeah.
So that was a long trip.
Then we flew back home, and about a week and a half later, she graduated with her master's, and we got my car and picked up Snots and made the whole drive across country again. So.
Yeah. We've been so lucky since we've been out here. We've lived in a couple different places. One of the biggest things is that we really love our city because there's always something to do. There's always somewhere to go, something to see, and
somewhere to eat.
Somewhere to eat, definitely. Something we probably do way too much.
Yeah, more than we should.
Go out to eat. But we really just love it out here, and we want to share some of the different adventures that we go on and some of the things that we find fun. We're hoping that you will like this video and you'll subscribe so that you can get notifications whenever we post a new video. You can also follow us on Instagram.
Yep, at what we find fun. It's all pushed together. The word "what we find fun," and that's also the YouTube channel, which if you're watching this, you found. So we're just hoping to share some of the stuff that we do and hope you guys enjoy it. And like she said, if you do, subscribe and like, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks.
Thank you.